I want to help.
Oh, welcome to stream, guys. Tartar, Taglia, lover, just God, what the heck? Fighting the whole squad.
You're here. It appears you arrived.
Oh, there's Albedo. I was about to say, where's
Last night,
Albedo?
I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. In my great-grandfather's generation, the Ishin, though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished. So the craftsmen all fled and hid. The Kaidahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan eventually, however, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable. The Kaidahara clan was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped, and the family gradually fell into decline. Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly thereafter.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able, but thanks to my brother...
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaidahara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the... However, the story of the five Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill. Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still kept the diagram ever since the failed forging all those... Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I understand. I will go back and search for the diagram.
Tartar, Taglia, lover, and says Lion King. So much to lose in my brain. Huh? After we do that, and then after we do that, he said, this guy, after that, Jade. Oh wait, the Kamisato? I thought they were talking about, the Mori tea house. It's just me or is my Zhongli's running a little long? I exploding. Hello?
Everyone, I've met them. Though the diagram is well preserved, you can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history. Wow. At this point, we can only try our luck.
Although the effect is not too obvious, you can still see Kazuha. This is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaidahara clan all those years ago.
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, the former family servants, sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him. My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. Looking back at it now, the argument...
I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young. But later in life...
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say, if you can't find the secret...
Yes. My grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
Yes, it appears that you understand my Kazuha. If your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, your skills aren't sufficient? But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within...
Huh? So you're saying my great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's temper?
Yes. The current evidence suggests that...
I apologize, but would you all, after I became a wanted criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate. I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings.
All right, let's get
Okay, Tenryou Commission. How far? Oh, hell no, bro. Straight to the teleport waypoint. Kujo Zero. How did I call it? I'm very good at calling stuff.
What are you all doing here? Did something happen on Rito?
Kujo Sara.
Yes, I do. You're Kaedehara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the...
Sarah, we'd like to ask about the Kaedehara.
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedehara has come back...
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not here to
I see. All right, I'll inform the police.
Thank you, sir.
That's all in the past now, Kujo Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also... However, may I ask...
Yes?
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those... Madam Kujo, I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of it. I've already informed the police station. As for all the belongings left by the...
You must be here to investigate the Kaedehara clan's belongings. Well, Madam Kujo's already informed me of the situation. The Kaedehara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space. My deepest apologies. However, I have clearly marked the corresponding. I'll be waiting for you at the door.
Kazuha, since the items are scattered throughout the building...
Yes, sounds like a plan. I'll be checking around here. You and the others can start looking elsewhere.
Oh, it's you. Unfortunate.
Whoa, this folding screen looks pretty old, though.
Yes. Perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch a decent price. However, I was taking a closer look just now, and noticed that the soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. It's likely that this patch of dirt is from the very flower pot thrown by Kazuha's grandfather, because this is not milk or anything. If I wanted to leave a message behind, I would probably choose to leave it on something...
Albedo seems to be thinking pretty hard.
He just looks like hungry. But on him, Huh? Hold on, I'm recording this. So, if I'm trying to leave, Benty just looks at me normally, right? But if I go to Cheyenne, huh? Huh? Hold on, I'm recording this. So, if I'm trying to...
Vamos a ponernos. No, mami, tú tienes una mecánica rarísima. Yo estoy claro, así claro.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share my
Must be somewhere around here somewhere. Do you see all these bullets here? I merely jest, of course. Come on.
Well, Paimon doesn't really get why Kazuha took. What if we don't end up finding anything today? Then what did Kazuha look?
I know you were worried about Kazuha. Since Kazuha made such a request to Sarah, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not today, or whatever it turns out to be, he's ready to accept it. No, not intuition. Rather, I've lived for a long time now. Leave the things here to me. You two can look around.
What else can I say? Ayaka.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, since the Kaidahara.
I'm afraid not. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt. Perhaps Kaidehara used it for training as a child.
Let Paimon see! Oh, there seems to be a couple uneven characters etched into the scabbard. Paimon can imagine what Kazuha was like as a kid.
I will continue investigating here and call you if I find anything interesting.
Synchro. All those things.
I found quite the pile of old... These books here are all related to smelting steel. And these are about the...
The books about plants and flowers must have belonged to Kazuha's great-grandfather.
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting. I shall take a...
Everyone, I've found something that you should all have a look at. This flower pot was in my house for a long time. Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging, but he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather. But now that I think about it, Yes. Let's take a close...
We finally found something! Do you think someone already...
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper? It's quite young.
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink?
Yes, I agree with this hypothesis.
Okay, let's...
There is a pond outside the police station.
What the...
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear on it. It is a letter, written by my great-grandfather.
What does the letter say?
It is. I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, everyone...
Bro, are we gonna have to, like, follow you across all the way to America? Are we gonna go out of the TV screen and go to America, bro? Let's chill, Kazuha. Kazuha's gonna take us all the way to, like, freaking SNES 9, bro. Bro, man, Brooks back. Alright, this is getting boring. I don't want to go chat, so I'm gonna have to choose probably into Kanda Village. And of course, I encountered one.
Let's get down to business.
Animal test.
Bro, that was the best miss of America. That was the best miss of the century.
From whence you came?
Malo es que se te captura esta
After this quick Kazuha, we're gonna go to R14 side.
Kaidehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
It is. In fact, our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades. And it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaidehara clan and the Raiden Gokaden. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaidehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I finally decided to disclose the matter. All those years ago, when
Open your
I was
mouth,
pursuing
Kazuha.
the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission, I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths. Rather,
It was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight, only a single eccentric stranger. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then
Scaramouche.
threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden. That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner
Just
Kamisato was
Scaramouche.
severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kuni Kuzushi." He then turned and left.
Scaramouche. You're a Dory Scaramouche. Scaramouche exposed.
yes. However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still He said, "As the leader of the Kaidehara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Ishin art. But as a father, it is my priority to ensure the safety of my children." Yes, that's right. If my grandpa had somehow discovered the secret behind the tampered diagram, unfortunately, he failed to catch Miss Kamisato. It appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here.
I suppose if the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, and could single-handedly defeat many, I will discuss this matter with Brother shortly, and investigate the identity behind the one called Kuni...
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much turbulent. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still... I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened, that being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, and I definitely won't turn a blind eye. These are simply insights I've gathered. Thank you all for accompanying.
Now that we're done here,
How did they not realize a Scaramouche? Scaramouche is the only one who's been beat. Scaramouche is the only one who has beat Plot Armor Traveler. Oh crap. Scaramouche is the only one who can beat Traveler. Because you have to wait for Scaramouche. That's ignorable. You just had Fatui just hold us. And plus, I couldn't just ignore her. We killed her.
not only will there be Shincho's son, let's take a stroll through
Albedo!
Albedo? Why does the portrait of Kuronushi covered up? Paimon wants to see what you're...
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony, I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special trip to see someone in order to complete... Is that so? Anyway, there...
Papa Ayato, what you doing?
Finally get to see the busiest person of all.
Come home, 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 Ayato.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
I can't, even though nobody cares. I only want Ayato to come home.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could...
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to... So, Toma and I really cherish it.
Why do you cherish when he's stupid? What? Central!
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you.
Just jumping up and down. Just cutting line.
Indeed it did. You weren't mistaken, though I'm ashamed to admit it. But in fact, after all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the truth from my father. Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, please accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. I'll see you later at the unveiling ceremony for Kur...
Yai and Venti. Hold up. I used to be a Yai and Aether ship, but now I'm a Yai and I got the ship. Alright. Junglies. Junglies here.
What are you two doing together? Don't think we...
Is that so? We were merely discussing wine and...
Speaking of good sides...
Forget it. Even if those two...
They're planning to combine nations for ultimate eternity and ultimate freedom, ultimate free eternity. On Amazon.com. Now, I'm joking. Kazuha, bro, you're mad depressed, bro. You got nobody with you? not even Albedo wants to be with Kazuha.
I came here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling atmosphere.
Yo, wait, what? Huh?
Thank you. But look, see this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission, guarding against possible. But now, not only are foreigners coming
Chill.
to...
Inazuma's already started to change, huh?
Well, when you attempted killing the Archon, of
I was
course.
thinking, it might take a different amount, and when they finally let...
Like, we nearly killed Raiden with our plot armor.
Time for the portraits unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the Five Castle Plaza.
How did you know? Albedo never told you the time.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our... And now we will reveal the final portrait of the five
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like.
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1.
Nobody counted. Why's that guy mad?
What's this? This piece depicts nothing. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to...
Hello, everyone. First, the five Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character... Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuron. After all...
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's vote. It seems that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close. Huh? Oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the five costume for us to fuck, really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon! Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, they're right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve this... Paimon, let's go!
Look for that person. Albedo. Albedo is from the Kaidahara Albedo. I'm making it canon.
Yes, in fact, I think my current...
Bro, what? Kaidahara Ayako.
The person who left behind after all.
Kaidahara
The one who
Yaimiko.
left the stories of the five.
Really?
Because other than me,
Kaidahara Synchro? Oh, Kaidahara Yaso.
Ayato! You're the big... Don't you think...
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here...
Paimon wants to see how you explain yourself.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Shincho and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was...
So Paimon knew it. This thing had Miko written all over.
That's right. But using the story of the five Kasen to guide you to the Kaidahara family's secrets was my personal... As for my roundabout approach... Well, that was something which I had no choice but to do. Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye what Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the... Although he has the right to... Of course, I could... If he lacks the ability, Kaedehara Yoshinori left for a long time. I yearned for...
Paimon gets it now. Yeah, it wasn't only Kazuha.
I merely saw that this matter would be of, and more importantly, reliable friends who would be willing to protect, because it is also very likely that you already know the answer deep down. The answer is actually hidden when there is no one else near the... As for the means of...
Ah, yes. That one. Statue of Her Excellency. The statue of Her Statue of Her Excellency.
Festivals always attract so much.
Statue of Her Excellency. The Narukami Ogo Shell. God of Thunder. Run, Shogun!
It's getting pretty late, so Ayato must have been telling us.
What if it's Albedo?
It's the Balladeer! So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes.
You can confirm.
What?
As for the means of revealing that answer, well, also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse, storing the commit. I felt something in the meantime. I sent him.
You mean...
I let him search for.
Why didn't you send someone?
After he left Inazuma, I am certain that the So, which part of Kaedehara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected? As for now, please, enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
How was Kazuha not hearing that when he was right next to it? But Ayato does have a low voice though. So now they finally know Scaramouche. Finally, bro. Like, I actually feel bad that they didn't know Scaramouche the entire time. Okay. Let's finish our Hues of the Garden. Already finished our poetry. Already finished our mechanic. So now we have to do our flowers and our sword training. We have to do our training. If they ever make characters, you know, I'm gonna be a Hydro character, and I'm gonna have the block and parry effect as my move. No way! No. 3 crowns. 1 god. Kamisato Ayato. Damn, bro, man really called me Triumph. Man really called me blonde hair boy, bro. That's just... Nah, that's mad gay. Brother depressed running in the background. Bro, you're ugly, yes. Bro, watch me beat this guy up. I'll try real smooth, bro. Come here.
Cheap tricks.
Oh, bro, really tried. Okay, this guy actually trains. He can use electro style moves. Like, glory for the Shogun. Bite. Sword in your booty hole. Oh! I'm repetitively slicing this guy's leader. How did he kill us all? Bam! 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 Come Come on, bro. What are your attacks? You're missing repetitively. Go to your full power. Come on, a dash attack. Everybody knows how to do that. I'm a parry the last attack. Man was gonna strike me and I killed him. Okay, I'm going all out. Come on, block, buddy. Repetitive misses. Really? It's gonna end me? Because I think it's ending you. Come on, that was the easiest parry of them all.
Vámonos. ¿Por lo que tú dijiste?
This guy's so easy.
Baja la piedra de cambio.